Hey, Alan Creek, welcome to the Creek this week.
Quick, quick.
Welcome to more internet gold.
More internet
We're
gold.
creating internet gold here all
One
the time.
day we will make enough money off of sponsorships to get a water feature.
Yeah, right. See, Alex keeps lobbying for the water feature in the lobby, and
Dude,
I'm trying to hold off on that.
I'm saying that
not
for
have the $1
years,
billion for that.
centuries, you mentioned it, centuries,
This is
Christians
true.
had been putting a ton of effort into making things beautiful.
Yes,
And
this is true.
Allen Creek Community Church, I feel like there needs to be a creek.
It would be kind of perfect. It would. But see, other things that all Christians have always done things to glorify God.
Glorify God.
One of the things that we all have done, and not always on the same date every year, but we always celebrate the resurrection of Jesus from the dead. It is our high holy day, and it is
Guilty.
coming up, everybody. Wait, guilty.
Guilty.
What are you talking about there, Alex?
All right, listen up, AC3, people of the internet. I've been in Sherlock Holmes mode for the last 2 weeks because I've been seeing all the stuff that has been being created by the drama team for this drama that's supposed to just communicate the gospel to us. And I just have questions, okay? There's guns, there's jail, there's a safe. It's supposed to be a Western. I'm really confused, and I'm just trying to figure out what Bible story are they gonna do to relate to the Gospels in this moment.
Well, just to be clear, we know that the gospel didn't happen in 1860, okay? We're really sure that Jesus did not live in the 1800s in the American West, but we're gonna wrap the gospel story in that time frame.
Sure.
And we're gonna tell about Jesus' crucifixion, which is kind of the high point of our Easter celebration, and we're gonna tell it through the lens of a particular story in the Bible.
Yeah, and it's super creative, and we love that. We love to get creative because we know that Easter and Christmas are the number one times when a non-Christian would be able to go to church, or they'd be more willing.
They'd be more willing.
Yeah, they might be more willing to go to church, and so we're like, you know what? If we could create this creative storytelling that would maybe, I heard about edutainment.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a great word.
Edutainment.
Edutainment.
And maybe
I like it.
Maybe we can educate and maybe entertain a little bit.
We're gonna edutain.
We're gonna edutain a little.
I like it. Yes, and Jesus did this, right? Did Jesus not edutain? I mean, as he's
parables.
Educating us about the kingdom, he's telling these incredibly creative stories. There's a reason people followed him. His teaching had authority, and it had incredible flourish, and he always illustrated everything that he said.
Yeah.
So we're gonna illustrate the gospel story. And like Alex says, your friend might be more willing to accept an invitation to church on Easter than another week, and we promise to handle them well.
Yes.
We promise that what we're going to do, we'll do with excellence. We're going to do the very best with what we've got. We are going to do our best to communicate in a language they understand. We're going to try to honor their questions, and when I get to the talky part, with me, I'm just going to be very cognizant of the outsiders, the investigators, the spiritual but not religious people that are in the room. So if you bring someone like that, we're going to treat them well with the love of Jesus.
And speaking of which, investigators.
Oh yeah.
We're going to do something unique right after Easter because we're aware that we want to be really intentional with those people you invite. So you want to kind of talk about that?
Yeah, so let's say they come and they're kind of intrigued and interested. What we're going to tell them on Easter is that if they come back the next week, that they get to hit up the pastor with any question they want.
Anything?
Anything they want about the Bible, God, Christianity, any stumbling block they got, any
So I can stump
passage,
you?
Sure, if you want to. And we'll take their questions anonymously if they want from the audience. We'll throw them up on the screen, and then they can upvote the most popular questions to the top. And then we'll just have this really free-flowing dialogue. And that will be a teaser and an advertisement for our investigations class, which will happen the very next day on Monday, April the 28th.
Yep.
So you've maybe thought about coming to investigations yourself, or maybe bringing a friend, which would by a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, lots of people have done that before. Do that. But if you think they would never come to a class at church, but you might be able to get them to a service where you promise them that they can ask anything of the pastor, any hard question.
You know what they should do? We'll be like, dude, you could embarrass our pastor.
There you go. Stump the pastor. Embarrass him totally. If they want. And we'll tell people the ground rules are, no profanity, and try to keep it, PG and all that. But yeah, literally no question, no topic is off the table. And that might intrigue someone to say, there's a church that's willing to take their hard questions, like where did Cain's wife come from? Or, what about that Bible verse that, why did God kill all the Canaanites? And any question, right?
Why would
Think
God
about that.
ask someone to sacrifice their child?
Exactly. See, so they have probably lots of questions they've got, but they may never have thought that a Christian community would be open to receive those challenges and maybe come back with an answer that would satisfy their heart and their mind.
Turns out we are.
Turns out we are. So we're that kind of community. And so you can communicate that to your friends and family members just by inviting them to that and say, listen, there's no sermon that week. You are the sermon. Say that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, we need you.
yeah, right?
We need you.
Yeah.
We are not prepared without you.
Yeah, your questions need to be awesome, so bring them. So that happens on the 27th. That investigation service will also just have a normal service around that. We'll have some singing time and other things. And then the next day, Monday night, here at 6:30 will be our investigations class.
And that'll just be a cool catapult into that, right? It's
Yep.
just gonna be really cool to catapult, and highly suggest it. I've gone through investigations. My wife's gone through investigations. A lot of our dear friends have, and I think it's just such a powerful experience. So one of the things I've been thinking about AC3 is, are we going to be an inviting church?
Yeah.
And I would challenge us to be an inviting church where we don't say no for them.
Oh, that's a good.
That we don't say no for somebody. We just say, hey, here's an opportunity for you. You get to choose.
Yep, that's it. So we'll see you and your friends here this week for Easter, where we're celebrating the death and the resurrection of the Lord Jesus. It's going to be awesome. Guilty. Guilty.